Hello. Would you like to come see my yurt?
Yes, please.
Watch your step. So here we have it. It's not much, but it's what I like to call home. It has everything that I need. Here's my bed. Little workspace.
Get much use out of that typewriter?
Yeah, it's a recent kind of thing.
Cool.
It's been a lot of fun. It's nice when you don't need any power and you don't need you don't need much. It's a printer that prints all on its own. Yeah. My little hanging closet. My clothing. My bookshelf. All my books. And then some more clothing.
What's this up here? Just decoration?
Yeah, just decoration. A little bit of a tapestry. It's nice to lay in bed and look up at it. It's a little bit relaxing, especially when you're trying to sleep and you hear all of the owls and all of the other wildlife that's around us.
Do you guys have running water out here?
We don't. In the future, we kind of have more of a long-term plan to make it a little bit more livable. It's not self-sufficient at the moment. I don't have my own bathroom and I don't have running water, but this is kind of here as a reminder that that's kind of what we want to do in the future. So, and it will have, this is the bottom part is a refrigerator. Right now I just have like pots and pans in there. It's a little bit of a storage area. But yeah, hopefully in the near future we'll get that going. And we also plan on insulating a little bit better. I do have a few friends that I live with. There's the occasional bird's nest that comes in and says hello. And I do have a wasp nest over here, which I keep taking out, but it's amazing how quickly they build. But they don't seem to bother me and I don't bother them, so it's not too big of a deal.
Nice.
It's nice to be one with nature.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I tend to enjoy it. We put in bamboo floors a couple of years back. Just nice, pretty easy to install. We did that on our own.
Could we take a little look around the outside?
Sure, yeah. So this is kind of your, from what I understand, your basic kind of yurt. It has the kind of windows where you open it externally. We just have it up on some blocks at the moment. So it's moderately mobile. The platform, I guess, would be pretty permanent.
Do you have to have it off the ground to prevent mold and that kind of stuff?
Yes, yeah. Overall, it's a good idea to have it above the water table so you don't get swept away. Something like that. That would be what you want, to wake up and be in a river. And yeah, we put it here because it's kind of next to the trees, and for the most part it gets a nice little breeze when I have the windows unzipped. This is what I meant by the windows not being as nice as other windows on yurts I've seen, but it tends to work for me. You just open them up externally. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it doesn't take too long to walk all the way around it.
So did you buy a kit from someone to build this?
We actually bought this one used.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was standing when we purchased it, and we took it down and reassembled it here. And our biggest mistake was that we didn't anchor it down when we put it up the first time. And it took several people to put it up just because of the moving parts. It's kind of like putting a puzzle together. You put one of the beams that goes across and another one, and then you kind of have to put, there's like an eye hook on the end. And you have to kind of thread it with a bolt to kind of get it all together and kind of compress it so it uses tension to stay up. And we didn't anchor it to the actual platform, so a big gust of wind came and picked it up because it's mostly canvas, so it's like a big sail. and unfortunately it kind of collapsed on itself, but luckily nothing was damaged at all, so we were able to put it back up. Not too big of a problem, and now it is anchored to it, so that hasn't happened again. It's been up for a couple years now. So,
how many people did you have helping you to put it up?
The more, the better. It's kind of one of those things that I've realized with the whole this kind of living situation. It's just nice to have a lot of people help. I think we had maybe 7 people helping, and then the second time we put it up, probably just 3 or 4. So you can definitely do it with fewer. It's just nicer to, it gets a little bit heavy if you're waiting for someone to thread a bolt through. But you know, I've only put up a yurt twice now, so maybe there is a trick to it. The more you do it, might get easier with time.
Do you remember how much you bought it for used?
I believe it was somewhere in the price range of $500.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah. The people that were getting rid of it just simply had no purpose for it. It came with it on their property, and they were planning on doing other things with that area. So it ended up benefiting both parties. Yeah, it hasn't been that big of an expense, especially compared to building another structure from scratch or something like that. So yeah, it's been good to me.
I heard you guys have some chickens. Could we go take a look?
Yes, just follow me this way. It's not too far of a walk to open up the coop in the morning and let the chickens out.
Do you guys have a rooster to wake you up?
We don't actually, no.
You get to sleep in?
We get to sleep in a little bit, but the girls like to come out when it's morning. We're coming this way. Yeah, we're pretty happy girls. We've got about 20 chickens. We just introduced 5 new ones. They tend to be a little bit smaller, but it's actually kind of hard to tell. I think that they've caught up to the older girls.
Do you guys move this around at all?
Yeah. This is a chicken tractor, as they call it. We built this one as well, and it's pretty much just a frame of a trailer. We were able to build this on top of it, and we try and move it as often as we can. Pretty much when they're done with an area, when they've picked it and they've sufficiently dug through a lot of it and eaten a lot of the insects and whatnot, we move them to a different part of the farm and let them do that all over again. In fact, it might be time to move these girls pretty soon.
So you mentioned it's a farm. You guys growing lots of vegetables here this year?
Yeah. We have some corn. We also have some cucumbers, some peppers, the tomatoes, watermelon, whole kind of like summer crop.
Nice.
What you would expect. Yeah. We also have a few young fruit trees that are finally starting to produce. So we have some plums and some apples and some peaches. So yeah, for the most part, we eat pretty well.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. See you next time.
Welcome to the yurt.